Of course we know, Caitlin Clark is for sure Rookie of the Year, but could she also be the greatest rookie of all time?
Evidence has come to light, reigniting the controversy surrounding Caitlin Clark's exclusion from last season's MVP honors. Even A'ja Wilson, the current MVP, is reportedly outraged over the way the situation unfolded.
The beginning, but then it started to fizzle out because people started to realize we're really good at what we do. We're elite at what we do. So I love the energy now. Like, people are seeing good hoops, and that's what it's all about. We come out here and we work hard and we play basketball at a very high level.
Why was Caitlin Clark excluded from the top 5 MVP list? Is the WNBA intentionally minimizing her achievements?
Kessler misses on a 3 ball, and here comes Clark. This is where the Fever are dangerous. Clark gets it ahead. Wheeler gets it to go. Just run.
The WNBA recently unveiled its list of MVP runners-up from last season, and guess who was noticeably absent from the top 5? Caitlin Clark. That's right, the rookie phenom who shattered records, packed arenas, and became the talk of the basketball world was relegated to an honorable mention. Meanwhile, the usual MVP contenders, A'ja Wilson, Breanna Stewart, and others, occupied the top spots. While they're undoubtedly incredible players, none of them brought the transformative impact Caitlin Clark delivered last season. This decision feels less like an oversight and more like a calculated move to downplay one of the league's brightest stars. Let's break this down.
Hits a 3!
Really good execution off the timeout.
Oh, and Clark with a steal. Clark with a steal in the backcourt. And Clark will go to the free throw line as she is fouled.
Caitlin Clark didn't just have an impressive rookie season, she had a historic one. She led the Indiana Fever to their first playoff berth in years, reigniting the passion of the team's fan base while delivering jaw-dropping performances. Her scoring was electrifying, her playmaking was elite, and her command of the game's tempo was something you'd expect from a seasoned veteran, not a first-year player.
And Caitlin Clark passed more milestones in her career, the first being the single-season assist record, not just a rookie record. She set this in her first season in the WNBA, and she is now averaging over 8 assists per game with 1 more regular season game left in the season. By mid-season, I feel like we all knew that she was going to break this record if she kept consistent, and what makes this record so funny to me.
Caitlin Clark didn't just have a strong rookie season, she had a historic one that will be remembered as a turning point for the Indiana Fever and possibly the WNBA as a whole. Leading the Fever to their first playoff berth in years, Clark didn't just meet expectations, she shattered them, revitalizing a franchise that had been struggling at the bottom of the league. With her record-breaking performances and undeniable leadership, Clark became more than a player, she became the heartbeat of the team. Clark's stats speak volumes. 17.5 points, 8.1 assists, and 6.7 rebounds per game, numbers that made her a triple-double threat every time she stepped on the court. She set the WNBA rookie record for most 30-point games and delivered the highest single-game scoring output in Fever history. Her ability to dominate offensively and orchestrate plays for her teammates was beyond anything we've seen from a rookie in years. When compared to Candace Parker's iconic rookie season in 2008, where Parker averaged 18.5 points, 9.5 rebounds, and 3.4 assists, Clark's numbers stand tall. But here's the kicker. Parker had an all-star-laden supporting cast in Los Angeles, while Clark joined a Fever team devoid of big-name stars and coming off consecutive seasons as the league's worst. The Fever weren't just a team in rebuilding mode, they were a team in chaos. They lacked an all-star, a consistent scorer, or even a proven leader. Enter Caitlin Clark. She didn't just carry the team, she elevated it. Players like Nalisa Smith and Queen Egbo saw their games rise to new levels under Clark's leadership. Her court vision and ability to create opportunities made everyone around her better. The Fever's turnaround was nothing short of miraculous. From back-to-back basement finishes to a winning record and a playoff berth, Clark's influence was undeniable. But her impact extended far beyond the court. Caitlin Clark didn't just bring wins to Indiana, she brought hope. Fever games became sellout events, merchandise sales skyrocketed, and TV ratings soared. Fans flocked to arenas, not just in Indiana, but across the league, to see her play. Clark's viral highlights made her a global phenomenon, drawing attention to the WNBA like never before. For years, the Fever were an afterthought, a franchise stuck in perpetual rebuilding. But Clark's arrival changed that narrative entirely. Suddenly, Indiana Fever games were must-watch events, and the team was back on the map. So, why wasn't Caitlin Clark a top 5 MVP candidate? It's a question that exposes a deeper issue within the WNBA's approach to recognizing talent. The league's MVP criteria seems skewed toward players on already dominant teams with stacked rosters, like the Las Vegas Aces or New York Liberty. While there's no denying the greatness of stars like Aja Wilson or Breanna Stewart, the MVP award should value impact, and no one had a greater impact on their team than Caitlin Clark. Take Clark off the Fever, and where would they be? Likely back at the bottom of the standings. Meanwhile, teams like the Aces, even without Wilson, would still be title contenders. That's the definition of value, and yet the league's reluctance to spotlight a rookie like Clark feels like an outdated attempt to protect the status quo. Even reigning MVP Aja Wilson, known for her competitive spirit, reportedly felt the league missed the mark by not including Clark in the MVP conversation. Wilson thrives on competition and understands that players like Clark elevate the game as a whole. The WNBA's decision to sideline Clark's contributions doesn't just undermine her, it hurts the league's credibility. Caitlin Clark isn't just a rising star, she's a generational talent, the kind of player who can shape the future of the WNBA. Her ability to draw fans, create buzz, and inspire young players is unparalleled. Ignoring her achievements doesn't just diminish her legacy, it alienates a growing, diverse fan base that's tuning in because of players like her. Statistically, she's already among the greats. Impact-wise, she might be ahead of them. Clark's rookie season was a masterclass in resilience, leadership, and sheer talent. From breaking Simone Augustus's rookie scoring record to carrying a struggling franchise to the playoffs, she's proven she belongs in the conversation with the league's best. The WNBA has a choice: embrace its rising stars and recognize their impact, or risk alienating the fans who are driving the league's growth. Caitlin Clark's rookie season wasn't just about breaking records. It was about rewriting the story of a franchise and showing that the future of the WNBA is brighter than ever. As Clark continues to evolve, one thing is clear: she's not just the future of the league, she's its present. Let's hope the WNBA learns to value players like her for the game changers they truly are.